Where are we? Are we in Gridania? We are in Gridania. Oh. Wait. So we flew in that crappy from here down through the Black Shroud and over to Gridania. That's a reasonable one. That's reasonable. Okay, because previously they picked very poor airship flights. That's not that bad. Probably pretty rough, though.
Ah, how I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelveswood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgarian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh?
Which part of that are you doing, Alphino? Just tell me, which part of the slaying and the repairing are you planning on taking part in? So far, you've done a lot of credit taking and very little actually doing. Alright. I'm gonna upgrade my weapon. Beautiful. Okay. That brings me to 32. Could be worse. Could be worse. And this is going to give me a new helm, which is 35. What I need is, I'm going to need to, I'll probably have to buy accessories. Which is fine. I can throw money at it. It calms me to look at her. It's as though I'd been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising. You did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seedseer have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Which part are you repairing? Of course, it would be rank and folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour, and if we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees into matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Are you going to fight with me? I don't seem to get a straight answer from you. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements? But of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm, and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to use the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Meteor. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind aspected ether comprising Garuda's barrier into an ether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you an idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertaint. One who resides in Camp Drybone? Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marquez met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was a result of these conversations that poor Marquez was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Meteor, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. I'm not convinced he's helping. Here we go. But I'll go to Drybone. And I'll turn this in and get a new helmet. I probably could have gone upstairs and checked for accessories first. I'll need to do that before Garuda. I don't know what level Garuda is. I'm up to 41. I'm now level 44. I could actually drop some of this experience on White Mage. I think that's a bad idea. What are these? You know I'm about to get another one, right? Like literally right now. I'm getting a level 40. Oh, you're giving me a 44. All classes. I don't think that... Is that going to be better? Okay. I won't equip it. So if you want it back, if this says... If recommended says this is better, I was just going to trust recommended blindly. I know it's not perfect, but... I know it does look cool. Alright. We'll at least turn in the quest wearing these. Gotta get through the door here so I can... Oh, I'm mounted. I was like, why is it doing weird stuff? Because I'm on a motorcycle. And you might be able to wear them. Alright. Well, I have them on. Oh. Classy, Rob. Oh, yes. I am Professor Lambertaint. Beg your pardon? Lambertaint? 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 Lambertaint. You wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals, truly? Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow man of science. Yeah. Oh, nope, says those are better. We're gonna trust it. I do need to repair. Oh, snap. Oh, but I already got better. Bummer. Okay. Ah, so rare it is to find a fellow intellectuals in this region. 'Tis even rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed an amazing affinity towards the scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say that you wish not to conduct field observations, but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Godsman, at least take the necessary precautions so that you do not suffer from exposure to its harmful energies. I'm beginning to wonder if you're sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. Luckily for you, I have precisely the means by which these inherent dangers may be averted. Simply store the crystal you seek within this warded pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects. Though I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, take the pot to Hahasako, a student of mine monitoring the flow of ether at Highbridge. Explain to him your quest, and he shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. There's a repair guy right outside. Her. Dun. Jump longer? Oh, nope, inside. Merchant and Mender. Oh, you've already numbered him. Repair gear. Yes. Yes. Alright. That means now I go to Highbridge. And they're going to give me a chest piece that will not be better. That will not be better. Welcome in, Scuba, and anybody else that's been here. It's been a little bit of building up here as we get closer to Garuda. So I will clear Garuda today. I think I have to go further than that to guarantee that I can finish tomorrow. It feels like I'm not falling behind on experience. So I am at the 41 stuff, and I'm already 44. Granted, that was my last dungeon until the level 50 stuff. Because I believe all of the other dungeons are optional. So, like, you don't go through Aurum Vale when clearing MSQ unless you choose to add those. So, that would be my last big push of experience. I'll probably use Leveling Roulette. I don't know, maybe Arcanist. You just reached 34 or 35. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. Alright, here we go. These Furbles, there's like some... It was like golden tufts or something. You used to have to farm these back in ARR. I don't remember why. Maybe it was the golden ones that were down in... Yeah, I think it was these. I think you would farm Furbles. I'm only killing them because they're on my hunt log, and I want the experience. I don't know how much it's going to give. That's 2 of 3. No, that should have done it. Oh, complete. Did it not give experience? Marauder. Oh, I need sandskin pasties to get my 8600. 8600. It's not nearly as good as it was. Okay. They were good. They gave crafting mats. I remember that we used to farm them for money in ARR. That was one of the money farming techniques, is you would come down with another level 50 and you guys would just melt Furbles for like an hour. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the bridge. I was like, I don't feel like I can go down from here. But I can if I go down those stairs right there. Alright. Hurry up. There he is. What's going on, man?
How many times must I be made to explain myself? I am not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I have chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements.
Can you tell me how this pot works?
What have we here? A containment vessel? Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lambertine. You thieving knave. I shall call thee for the... Oh, you say the man himself lent it to you. Then he must have sought me out per his instruction. Which means he believes me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations.
At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve. This is worse, right? Yes. So I should take the one for the white mage. Cool. That was big. And this is going to drop gloves, but I just did gloves. Okay. They're giving me lots of gear, though. So they're guaranteeing that I have, like, at least left side 40, even if I didn't do my job quest. Oh, frabjous day! Kalu Kalay, that I should be chosen to guide this man. Yes, I, Hahasako, greatest of Professor Lambertine's pupils, shall see that you successfully quarry your quarry. Your timing is impeccable, in fact, for I was just preparing to procure corrupted crystals from the burning wall for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed us with a bounty of sublime specimens. But something tells me that not but a perfect piece will satisfy your high standards. In which case, you must needs descend to the deepest depths, amidst the flowing waters and the murderous mirror nights lies the most fantastic formation I have found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher's tool and use it to separate a small fragment from the large cluster. Place it within the warded pot and bear it back to me for inspection. The path which leads from Burgundy Falls to the base of the burning wall is treacherous and terrifying, but advance with appropriate caution and you shall surely survive. Obviously. What could go wrong? I'll probably end up using my leveling roulette on, I think, white mage today. Just so that it's in the best position to get to 50. Alright. Here we go. I assume it's down here. This area used to feel dangerous back in the day. I mean, when level 50 was the max. Especially in mid-patch content, because you gotta remember, we weren't in, like, the Poetics level 50 gear, because that represents, like, the end of the expansion upgraded tome gear, and that's not what I was in. So, these here, the golden fleeces, we used to farm those. So it was Furbles and golden fleeces. I think golden fleeces was, I think, the real moneymaker, but I couldn't do it. As a black mage, it was a lot easier if I had somebody with me. I remember doing it as a pair. You'd come down and round up a big bunch of stuff and then tear it all down. Alright. Memories of old. There are a couple of level jumps before 50 as well. Oh. I should be okay. I should be okay. I think as long as I stay on warrior, I should be okay. I think if I start jumping classes, I risk overdoing it. Can I survive that? Oh, it's not going to let me fall anyway. Okay. How very safety-oriented of them. I was hopeful. How do I get down? This way. Scuba Steve, thank you so much for the support. Here we go. Right here. This should be right. And they warned me about Mirror Knights. Indeed, they are here. No. Oh, come on. Alright. You didn't need to die this day. You chose this. Kind of terrifying. Like a weird Warhammer 40k Birdman. Bye. Alright. Corrupted cluster. Break it with the quarrying maul. Okay. They could have used the hammer animation from the miner. And then the warded pot. Yes. Captured. Nailed it. Scuba, thank you for gifting a sub to Big Bear. I do appreciate it. All right. Let's jump up, and so now we got to go all the way back. Hopefully not pulling 9,000 Mirror Knights along the way. Which I think I'll be okay, because I out-level them. 44. And then I guess the plan is post 2.0, I'll go back and finish getting everything to 50. That way I'm prepped. At least everything that existed in ARR. So that is not Dark Knight yet. That is not Red Mage or Samurai. That'll all do later. And then at 50, I'd also like to go see Binding Coils, Crystal Tower, the optional dungeons. Maybe do crafting and gathering as well. Really get a feel for all that ARR had to offer lore-wise. And then move on. So it'll be a bit of a stall. And then the goal is to have all of that and base Heavensward 3.0 cleared by 6.2. Which would be in, like, July? So it's April 12th. May 12th. June 12th. July 12th. August 12th. August. With the new patch schedule, it'll likely be August. And then if you add one for summer, since they're adding a summer week, it's probably June 19th, give or take a week. By that point, we'll have data center visit. We'll have a lot of stuff that I'll have to focus on my main, because we'll have gotten a lot of stuff tied to 6.1, as well as I'd like to hit Omni 90 over there. I just haven't. I'm 124 levels away out of the 2,700 levels that you can have. So, what I have done is tanks are done, crafters and gatherers are done. Healers, I've got Astro and Sage somewhere in the 80s. I'm working on Red Mage. I think it's at like 83, and then all the magical range will be done. Fizz are all in the 80s. Melee are still down in the 70s. August 19th. Yeah, I think so. I think that's right. If I had to predict 6.2. Oh, I need to update that. I'm thinking I'm at 124 now, because I think I did a round of Red Mage dailies. I see you've come galloping back. Have you the crystal, then? I do. I do have the crystal. I lost your hammer, it looks like. What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal. Professor Lambertine will doubtless chortle with joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon your return, do remember to recount how I helped you with their harvesting. Alright. Sure. You nailed it. Looking like Echo's gonna participate in the ultimate race. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? So, like, the world race just finished in WoW. So now they've kind of entered maintenance. So they'll have splits and stuff to do each week if they want to really stay optimal. But it also doesn't seem like Shadowlands may not get another raid tier. We'll see. I think that's it. I think it's done. So they've got time. Because there's no benefit in having Best in Slot really going into the next expansion, like, on all of their characters, because there's so much that changes, so they gear all that up differently anyway. So, why not? It's also not core Echo. Like, if Echo is 40 players, or whatever, I don't know how big their total roster is, it's only 8 coming over here. And so, like, Limit, for example, Max is on Limit, and Max doesn't have a WoW character to keep up.
So, like, it's not the same limit. You know, it doesn't mean there can't be people on those teams that are on both, but, like, those people are the ones opting to spend that time. So it's an individual choice, not like a team choice. Because it's just 8. Because their 14 teams don't seem like they've had more than, like, 8 or 9 people. They don't seem like they've had these huge... as opposed to, like, their WoW team there's a bench on that. But, yeah, it'll be exciting to see a lot of them come in and give it a shot. They did... The WoW teams did very well in the Savage race. Very well. Keeping in mind that they don't have, like, every other fight and mechanic memorized across the entire game. They did very, very well. So. I was impressed. Alright. Can you guys believe how long my hair has gotten? I've been trying to get my wife on board with me dyeing it. She didn't like white. Wasn't, like, an enormous fan of, like, blue or anything crazy. But actually, she wasn't totally against pink. And from a length standpoint, I'm getting very, very close. Getting close. Like, can you imagine? Could be legendary. Could be legendary. Now, I would not go to the work to dye my hair that drastically. I've never dyed my hair like that. I had some temporary dye and stuff in school, but, like, nothing that was, like, really altering. Unless I was going to stick with it for, like, a full year. So, it would be a pretty epic commitment. But, I don't know. Could be good. Alright. Lombotite. My keen scholar tells me that you've obtained a corrupted crystal, am I right? Your keen scholar sense is right, sir. If you would grant me a moment to examine the crystal. Ah, it is as you desired. A corrupted crystal overflowing with wind-aspected ether. Remind me, for what purpose did you intend to use this crystal again? What? To breach a barrier comprised of wind-aspected ether? Oh dear. That may prove problematic, as this crystal would only serve to strengthen the barrier. I suppose I am at fault for not inquiring as to your objectives from the start. Had I known your intent, I would have never sent you to Hahasako. But what is science if not trial and error? Can you truly say that this is failure has taught you nothing? Think, man. You now understand the methods necessary to safely collect a corrupted crystal. You will doubtless have no difficulty doing so once more. I lost your hammer. What's more, the crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for the ethereal studies conducted by the students of Baldessian. You've heard of them? Well, I don't mean to boast, but I did borrow their hammer. You didn't lose it, did you? And I have a professional relationship with the organization, so I'm gonna need that back. Not as equals, of course. I would never be so bold as to claim that level of expertise. Where is my hammer? Are you all right? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Anyway, I shan't keep you from your task. You've still a corrupted crystal to find. Bro, I lost your hammer. I looked all in my key items thing. It was gone. Monstrous experience. Alright. Corrupted crystals of sufficient size and strength are not all that common. I fear, fortunately, one of my other students, Sienna, claims to have discovered another promising site in eastern Lenosha. Wait, that's not correct. Eastern Lenosha was where she was nearly killed when wandering too close to that Imperial castrum. Now that made for an amusing anecdote.
It was Western La Noscea, Pharaoh Sirius, on the Isles of Umbra to be precise. I can't recall her exact reasoning, something to do with, one of Dalamud's talons or some such nonsense. What I can say for certain is that she is still in Alaport. You may pronounce it Airport. Attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if Sienna's inquiries bear fruit? They are known for their fruit. Try the oranges. If you can look past the crass and violent ways of the local pirates, you might find your time there to be quite pleasurable. Bro, I am a member of the Lenosian Grand Company. Oh, and do not forget to take your makeshift warded pot, lest she'll think you're unprepared for the task. And the hammer. Don't forget the hammer. Dude, I lost that hammer. That hammer is gone. There is no hammer here. No hammer.
Oh. You've been growing yours out since the start of COVID?
It's getting a lot curlier than it is up here. Like, when I wear it short, it's not curly, but, like, you can see it's starting to curl, and I'm not really doing anything to encourage that. So it gets pretty wavy. So I bet I could get it pretty, not like crazy curls, but probably pretty curly. I felt like I was going to do something. Oh, so just real quick. So the Isles of Umbra are right here. They're not noted. They're not noted on this map. The Isles of Umbra are like a massive thing that sits out off the coast, and it's not noted. So, who would want to hide that? Besides possibly Garuda. Maybe Ishgard's in on it. Or the Ixal? The Ixal? The Ixaly? So many weird words in this game. Alright. Let's head on down. Am I gonna... What am I doing? I gotta go to here. And then I'm gonna talk to the dock guy and he's gonna take me out to Umbra. Right? It says you're here. Are you above? Oh, you're above. I expected you to be down there drinking. Alright. Alright. Why aren't you drinking? Corrupted crystals. So, I've no interest in being the butt of your jokes. So, if you've no other reason for addressing me, kindly leave me be. I got some pot. Well, I'll be damned. Professor Lambertine did send you. Beg your pardon, it seems we've gotten a bit off on the wrong foot. I'm Sienna, greatest of the professor's pupils, which is doubtless why he bid you to seek me out. Indeed, I am an accomplished scholar with an expertise background in... Oh gosh, just listen to me prattle on and on. I must have given this introduction a dozen times by now. Are those better? Yes, I want those. I want the... Can I have the padded linen trousers? Thank you. Bum, 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 bum. 34. Look at that. Look at that. You think I've already met her? Oh. Fascinating. As I told the professor in my many missives, I believe that the area surrounding Pharaoh Sirius is replete with the corrupted crystals of exceptional strength. Unfortunately, I've yet to test my hypothesis, as all access to the Isles of Umbra is prohibited at present, for reasons unknown to me. You see, my attempts to acquire this information are oft met with annoyance and disdain. It's rather puzzling, since I always take the time to explain my motivations in greater detail to the subjects of my questioning. Mayhap you will have better luck wresting information from these yellow jackets. I've all but given up at this point. Maybe. Maybe. Can I go in here? Yes, I can. Excellent. Huh. Maybe they're downstairs. Do. No? Where could they have gone? Maybe they're up again. I can hear those new legs jangling. Ah! Hello! Oh! You startled me! Don't you bother better than to sneak up on a person at a time like this? Well, with all this fatuous gossip of spirits and specters haunting the Isles of Umbra, just because I know it's nonsense doesn't make it any less frightening. Oh. Okay. Well, oh my. Here we go. You're keen on traveling to the Isles of Umbra? Bloody hell, lad. You drunk or just crazy? Ain't nothing there but death, death, and more death. Oh, okay. Huh, you look like an adventurer who gets around. Mayhap you have noticed corals and shackles at each other's throats of late? I've never seen anything quite like it, but if the bloodshed only worsens by the day, if this continues, I dare say that one of these groups will wipe out the other before long. Now it bears mentioning that this species of coral isn't native to Vilebrand. By rights, they shouldn't even be here. Nay, I believe they were smuggled. I know of a merchant who may have a hand in these dealings. Her name is Raconte, and after some probing, I've come to believe she's somehow involved. I would question her myself, but she's like to flee at the first sight of yellow. That's where you come in. I need you to speak with her and learn all you can. Take a look around. She's bound to be nearby. Oh. Alright. I found her. What's this? So they've sent you to do their dirty work. Well, you'll never take me alive. Never! What? Seriously? Hurry up. The Isles of Umbra? What interest have you in that godforsaken place? Ever since we were forced to abandon Pharaoh Sirius, the Isles have become not more than a graveyard for ships unable to navigate the shores. Purgatory for the souls, dragged down to the depths with them. Oh, okay. What you doing? Oh no! Not a level 15 thuggish sellsword. Did I accept something I wasn't supposed to accept? Oh, I did. Like cats and dogs. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. No. I didn't mean to chase you down. You just... I don't need this, do I? I feel like I've chased you down when I didn't mean to. Please! Don't hurt me! I did nothing wrong! I
I smuggled it in the corals for breeding like you asked, and that's it. I ain't the one sending the jackals into a frenzy, I swear. You murdered that guy. Yeah, the Yellow Jackets sent you, not no pirates? Why the hell didn't you say so earlier? Do you even need to be doing this right now? Oh, you caught me. I'm behind the corals in the airport, and for those good-for-nothing pirates, I had me breed jackals for them. The rat training, they make for a nasty watchdogs and the like. But the pirates wanted more, and that's why they asked me for the corals. That they did. I smuggled them in, but the pirates took them where I could finish the job. Suppose they didn't want to wait for breeding, but the buggers let them escape. Now they have jackals on the loose, trying to get rid of the corals and clean their mess. I'm a victim as well, you know. They paid good coin for the animals, but now they got folk chasing after me. Wanting to cover their tracks, I'm sure. You hurry and tell those Yellow Jackets I ain't to blame, you hear?
This was not required. I wrecked that thug. Hey, buddy. Do you mind if I turn this in as an Arcanist? Hello.
Oh, you're back. What can you tell me of Rakante's dealings? She claims to be a victim as well? And you thought this quest was important. If it was her greed that brought the corals to Vilebrand, she is sorely mistaken if you think the Yellow Jackets will turn a blind eye. Mark my words, she will be held accountable. At any rate, we know now why the corals and jackals are trying to tear each other to shreds. Pirates have been quite careful not to leave any clues, but we managed to capture Rakante's assailants. They're only level 15. They're being questioned as we speak. Won't be long before we track down the pirates. Don't worry, friend. The Yellow Jackals will see them brought to justice. In the meantime, there's still the matter of Rakante and the beasts running amok in the fields. I shudder to think what may happen should the jackals and corals continue fighting for much longer. I have a plan. Your assistance is essential to its success. Let me know when you're ready to begin.
Cool. I actually just realized I don't want to do this. I'd rather do all these quests at once, because I think they're probably going to tie into each other as like a whole separate zone narrative. All right, let's get back to it. Neat little precursor to what's happening now. Abandoned before complete. I can complete it again. Done. Oh, you're upstairs. Yep. Hello? Hello?
Ah, Meteor, you've returned. Tell me of your findings. Really? Infested with the undead, you say? That is a very, very interesting development. Excuse me for a moment while I gather my thoughts.
No.
Worry not, my friend. I've given your findings, like, so much thought in the last 3 seconds, and I've concluded that this talk of spirits is not more than local folklore. For sure, right? As for all the travel to the Isles of Umbra, it's restricted, well, mayhap it's considered too dangerous, owing to the abandonment of Pharaoh Sirius. As well, anyway, while you were questioning those Yellow Jackets, I paid a visit to the local pub, since even an esteemed scholar like myself enjoys dulling our wits on occasion. It was there that I heard them tell of a man named Skyfrine, who was recently detained after returning from, wait for it, the Isles of Umbra. This is the first I've heard of somebody actually traveling to and from there, so I'm curious as to how he obtained permission. Mind having a chat with him in my stead? He was arrested after all, so I'm somewhat reticent to approach him myself. Okay.
Here we go. And to here.
I have to go back. She calls to me. sings to me. Oh, tell Mimidoa I'm sorry. Give him this. He was right. He was right. Or could you release me? Yes, release me. I will go and tell her. Let me go to her.
Oh. Okay. Representing the representative, which is level 42. The goal today is like 44, 45, right? Can you believe that the actual Ferrosirius dungeon is A, level 50, and B, optional? Remember they built this game in 18 months. So, Ramu was originally supposed to be part of MSQ when we were with the Sylphs, and instead had to be added as patch content because he wasn't ready in time for the release. So, there are some things that canonically don't make sense until you do zoom out and view it as just a game. But canonically, it is weird that I wouldn't be headed to Ferrosirius right now. So. What did Skyfriend have to say? It's not terribly helpful. I couldn't care much less how he misses his favorite bar wench. But what was that about a named named Mimidoa? Wait, I know that name. That's the bastard who grabbed my arse the other day at the pub. Well, if you want to give him that feather, be my guest. I'm not going anywhere near him in his wandering hands. You have any thoughts on where I should put the feather? No? Alright. I'm open for suggestions. Oh, he had to reach up to grab her butt. What's she doing there, bud? You being a bit of a creeper? You creeping on this girl? Yeah? Okay. Another initiate, are you? No? Then what are you? Speak up, son. I can't hear you. I got a feather. Oh. Bugger me. Is this what I think it is? Nah, couldn't be. You found this, you say? Where'd you say you found it? Skyfrine, you say? Was hoping to have a word with the lad, but sounds like there's not left twixt his ears. He was supposed to help me patch up Ferrosirius, he was. Company sent me to supervise the lot of them. Weren't getting lots of work done on their own, see? Half of 'em walked off, half of 'em ran off, half of 'em up and vanished. What's that? You'll be looking for passage to the Isles of Umbra? Why didn't you say so? I've been thinking of dispatching someone to take a look on behalf of old Mimidoa. Tell him how the land lies. Ain't nobody been interested until you came a-calling. Whole port's up in arms. About spirits and so forth. If I had the gill, I'd hire some sellswords and let 'em sort it out. But you'll do in a pinch, you will. Show this parchment to the skipper and he'll see you there and back. I don't have to pay the fee? No. You're going to make me pay the fee, right? Alright. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pay the fee. So, you went and had a word with Mimidoa. I hope the valuable time you saw fit to waste amounted to something. It did. You mean that disgusting creature was Skyfrine's superior? I find that hard to believe, but this writ of passage does appear to be genuine. So it must be true. I must say, it is a relief to work with such an industrious man as you. I look forward to hearing of the discoveries you'll make on the Isles of Umbra without me.
Fine, fine. I fail to see the justification for dragging me along on your journey, but if you insist, I'll go as well.
I didn't insist.
But 12 is my witness. If you leave me behind to be devoured by some horrid abomination, I shall come back to haunt you.
Okay. Okay. You're gonna charge me, aren't you?
Take me to the Isles of Unbrightness, as if it's a Silver's. Oh, I see. You've got a rare passage. All right then, climb aboard.
You're not gonna charge me?